All right, this is the SMP line that we have here in the studio. I probably have about 20 saddles altogether, all demos. These are all demos. They're red and yellow so that you don't run off with them. And let's get into it. So they all kind of look the same, but they're all very different in some ways. So the Forma, the Dynamic, the Dracon, the Light 209. These are all kind of the same family. Same shell, different amounts of padding. Go from the Forma, which is very hard, almost a carbon shell, all the way down to the Light 209, which is definitely a level 2 to 3 padding. If you're a Masters woman that loved the Aura from Specialized, it's been discontinued for a long time. You've tried the Roman, it hasn't really worked for you. This is going to be a fantastic choice. Definitely give that a shot. Okay, next saddle in the lineup. Probably one of the most popular ones in the SMP line is the Pro. This is the saddle I personally ride on all my drop bar bikes. Steve Hogg says it's for old and flexible men. That fits me to a T. So I really like this saddle. It's curved in the back. I like that. I like the amount of padding. It's fairly wide, about 150, 153 millimeters. Has a big well right here, so a rider that likes to sit here and kind of rotate into this well is going to find a lot of relief right here. There's absolutely no pressure in here. Maps out about the best out of any of the saddles that I have in here, for me anyway, and everything like that is very individual. You see this beak, and people kind of get focused on this beak. I got to tell you, once you get on these saddles, you forget all about that. It basically just holds the front of the saddle together, and it also keeps, if you ever seen a saddle that doesn't have that, it kind of actually can hook you a little more if you think about an ISM or something like that. So definitely give the Pro a shot if you are looking for a good drop bar gravel or road saddle. It's fantastic. Next up, we have the Glider, the Blaster, and the Stratos. Normally there would be, the Composite would sit in this lineup as well. These are fantastic saddles for a narrow pelvis. So somebody with they measure out at about 125 millimeters, somewhere in that range. They still have that curve in the back, so they kind of let that rider nestle into that. They have this fantastic channel in here that really relieves pressure. When you see this under the correct rider, under the rider that it fits, you'll see there's basically no pressure going under on their perineum, and it's fantastic. I've put this on both male and female riders. I would say it's definitely more for the narrow pelvis ones. So think if you're like an elite rider, either on the road or on the mountain bike, these are a fantastic choice. Last 4 saddles we're going to talk about today are the F series. This is also, you see this is the VT series, depends, for Velvet Touch, and that kind of just depends on the cover that's on each one of them. So you can see they have a long nose and a short nose version and 2 different widths. So 4 saddles all together. I stock all 4. This is a fantastic saddle if you are a high watts kind of short track racer, so think cyclocross racer, short track mountain bike, maybe XCO mountain bike, track racer, maybe some criteriums, something like that. This might be a fantastic saddle for you. It definitely fits that profile. One thing that's really nice about the SMP line in general, but especially with these, if you look, this is a short saddle, right? So this is a 245 millimeter saddle, but look how long the rails are in this saddle, right? And so you can really, a lot of times, get that saddle to the right place that's going to fit you. With the long nose ones, something that's a really nice feature for the people that are doing more mass start racing is you can kind of move around. So you have this power spot right here, still have this nice curve, but you can move forward and aft a little bit on it, which helps if you're somebody that is doing repeated sprinting and you're typically scooting up a little more on here and then coming back a little bit, right? So you have a lot of space here, and that's kind of how it translates underneath the rider. So again, not for everybody, but for the right person, this is a fantastic saddle, and they'll definitely throw down some watts with this saddle.